Actually, anyone who's familiar with the Greek, and Greek New Testament scholars can confirm this. Actually, Granville Sharp was a Christian philanthropist and an abolitionist who wrote a monograph on the use of the definite article in the Greek New Testament in 1798. He discovered, I believe, 6 rules concerning the use of the definite article in Greek.
Another interesting point about this text is that it repeats the definite article, Greek tau, before all 3 of the divine persons and applies the conjunction and Greek kai before the Son and Holy Spirit, which is significant in showing that they are truly distinct from one another. According to a monograph published by Granville Sharp in 1798 regarding the use of the article in the New Testament, one of his rules, specifically the 6th rule, shows that since Matthew 28:19 uses the chi article construction before the words Father, Son, Holy Spirit, this therefore demonstrates a distinction in their persons. This fact refutes the claims of modalists that the 3 are different manifestations of a singular person.
On Granville Sharp, I'm not well versed in Hebrew and Greek stuff, but I am able to research and look what other people have said and read up on some things. It seems, I guess I don't want to load the question, but I mean, to me, it seems like, what did he have, like 6 rules, and like 5 of them have been completely disregarded. They hold on to one, but he narrowed it down and made so many like exceptions to it. It sounded, and his purpose behind it was, even the whole purpose was he wanted to prove out a specific point of view. It almost feels like he just contrived something, a rule, to fit what he already believed.
Yeah. And when you started in on that, I was actually thinking. You took the words right out of my mind. I was thinking, when you have more exceptions than you do rule, almost, there might be a problem with that.
Yeah.
The reason that he had to have so many exceptions, and by the way, incidentally, he never applied Matthew 28:19 to his rule. Never. So that's something later Trinitarians have done. We've got emails from like Dr. Daniel Wallace, etc., who says you cannot use Granville Sharp's rule with regard to Matthew 28:19. I'm aware there's others that have emails from Dr. Wallace that say that you can. I think a lot of it has to do with the questioning, the format of the questioning, the context of how the question is posed. But regardless, here's why he has to make all these exceptions up. Revelation 1:8. I'm trying to remember. So I am the Alpha, Chi Ha Omega. I am the Alpha. So there's your definite article or articular noun. Here's your conjunction, coordinating conjunction Chi, and the Omega, which with the article preceding. Well, nobody's going to say that the Alpha and the Omega are different persons in the Godhead. John 20:28. I'm trying to remember. Kai Ha, Theosmu. You are the Lord of me and the God of me. Granville Sharp. You have the articles, the repetition. It's all there, but those are classified as exceptions based upon context. Well, Matthew 28:19 has a context too. So
yeah, and so tell me if this is just too much layman thinking, but my other thing is Granville Sharp was in the 1700s, I believe, and it's interesting to me that in all the debates throughout history, this never came up until Granville Sharp. Somehow, a man living in the 1700s knows Greek and the related Koine Greek and the related rules better than people that lived 1,200 years earlier than him. That's a good
point. That's a good point. However, to be fair, Trinitarian scholars would probably say, well, he just and I think there's some validity to this. He just found what was in the Greek manuscript. It wasn't that he come up with anything differently, but he just found what was there. I mean, I have to be fair here. Granville Sharp was an ingenious individual. If I've got my facts right, I think he disappeared for like a year or two. I may be wrong about that, but it's somebody, and I think it's him, disappeared for like a year or two and came back after he'd been studying Greek and become one of the greatest Greek scholars to ever live. My understanding is, but I've got interaction with a Greek scholar named Basilius Silas or something. I'm not saying it right, but he's on the Be Greek forum. He used to be, and he is a Greek scholar in Athens. He might know a little bit about Greek.
Yeah.
And he just shredded it. He shredded Granville Sharp's rule. I mean, it's nothing but, again, it's like Angel of the Lord. It's trying to force something that's not there.
Yeah. I just don't, those kinds of things, again, I really feel like there are some really solid, really good scriptural studies on all of these, Unitarian, oneness, Trinitarian, without these contrived, because when you say rule, like by the Granville Sharp's rule, it's like, oh, that's settled. It's over. Debate's over. Go home. Then I started studying it and I was like, wait a minute, this is far from over.
Exactly. Yeah.